Hey guys, Joey here with Joe's RV Tech DIY, Cannon's RV Repair. In front of me here, I have a 9100 Dometic awning motor. That's what this is. Okay, now this motor, I think OEM retail is around 700 and up. You can get aftermarket ones for cheaper. And I'm gonna buy the aftermarket one and take it apart and see if it's built better or worse than the OEM one. Because to be honest, I'm a little disappointed in these OEM ones because they keep failing. And so today, I took it upon myself to go ahead and take one apart. But here's what I see a lot of the times. Either it breaks from the wind. That's what this one is. It's broken. Okay. Here's a good one. Except for it's white. That's what it's supposed to look like. But here's the motor that's inside these 9100 awning motors, and this one's bad. It doesn't work. But as you can see here, it's not sealed from the weather, so all the moisture is coming inside and it's building up, right? And so it's shorting out is what it's doing. And so I'm going to do a test. I'm actually going to clean all this up on the surface, everything, the wires, everything, and see if I can't repair it by doing that, because this thing is $700 and some, and customers don't like paying $700 and some for a awning motor. But a lot of technicians really never take the time to take these apart. Because it's pretty involved, and just putting it back together would take a little bit of time. But as you can see, this part of it, there's another part. There's retaining clip, a couple more washers, a bunch of screws. So, I mean, to take it apart right, here's the awning end cap, and here's the tube. So let's look inside the tube though. Do you see that rust where it's kind of building up right there? It's almost as if the water, gets inside there and then it rests on the bottom. And when this awning is closed, where the wires are in relationship to where the water is pooling, this is sitting in water, you guys, because the top of this is not sealed. There's no gasket on it, so there's no way for it to stop water from coming in. And in my opinion, if it cost over $700 retail, I think it should be sealed. Like the video if you agree with that. Comment below your thoughts on this. If you're paying $700 for an awning motor, should it be sealed so that it can't fill up with water and pool down there? Look at all of that. You can totally tell it filled up with water and shorted out the motor. And so now we've already put a new motor on, you guys. And this is the old one, and I went ahead and took it apart. And so I'm going to do more work on it and see if I can't get it working by cleaning this up, because I strongly believe that it's just shorting itself out. But the damage may already be done. But if you think about this, this is designed that when it's closed in the awning, this piece here, okay, with no protection except for some tape, this is just black electrical tape, it looks like, ends up resting in the motor, in the water, in high moisture environments and stuff like that, Pacific Northwest. Now, I don't think that Dometic intentionally did this, but I bet maybe if they see this video, they might consider putting a little gasket to seal the end of this. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for. And Dometic makes great products, you guys. So like no expenses is spared internally for this motor for your safety. So I want you to keep that in mind. That is one of the reasons why it's so expensive. It's not easy to build something like this for the tooling and everything and get your money back. So I don't have anything against Dometic for the record, but I'd like them to check this out. Take a look, Dometic. It was just resting in water in the bottom of it. So, and this awning motor is 3 years old from what the customer was saying. But I kind of looked at it a little further, and I think this awning motor is actually more like almost 8 years old. So if it's 8 years old and it's been sitting in the moisture and it just stopped working, that's not too bad. But if we wanted them to last longer, I think putting a seal in there, just because it is 700 and some change, would probably be a great solution. And as far as these go, they typically break when you leave them out in the wind, because it just looks like, I'm not sure what it's made out of. It'd be amazing if Dometic could comment on the video and tell us what it's made out of. Maybe it's potted metal, but this is a broken one. And I can actually take the one that's broken here and put this piece on it. I'm gonna powder coat this, clean it all up, and put it back together with the wiring and everything and the screws, and make this one here, which is still has a good motor in it, but just had a broken piece. On this one, the customer left the awning out and really high wind came up, and guess what? It's gonna break, you guys. So you have to put your awning away when it starts to get windy. If you even see wind forecasted, put it away, because these awnings are made to be light for a reason, because they need to sit on the trailer and not add a lot of weight to the trailer itself, because these trailers, a lot of them with everything inside of them, are already pushing weight limits once you put all of your stuff inside. So over the years, I've been doing this over 20 years, you guys. The awnings have come a long ways. And Dometic A&E, like awnings and all that stuff, like, you know, they're some of my favorite awnings, okay? I worked on a Carefree awning one time. It exploded in my face. I had to get 127 stitches inside my mouth. I don't have anything against Carefree, but the reason that happened is because a part failed. They no longer make that awning. And I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I'll say this, it's 2025. All of these awning manufacturers have upped their game, and they are making some amazing awnings. So, you know, we got awnings that go in automatically with the wind. We got awnings that you can adjust the pitch up and down. I mean, they just have a lot more adjustments than some of the older ones do. But the old style manual one, where you could take it, open it up, fold the arm out, and stake it into the ground, lower the one side so the water didn't pool on it, you know, that was kind of cool. And they still make old school manual awnings like that. But these electric ones are a luxury, and it makes it really nice for somebody that is not able to go out there and manually open an awning, because not everybody has that luxury. So we're not bashing any company here, but I did want to do a little research, because I don't think there's any videos online where somebody took one of these 9100 awning motors apart. I'll put a link down below in the description where you can get a replacement 9100 Dometic motor for your RV. I'm also going to do some research on this model number and serial number and make sure that this indeed is an OEM Dometic motor, because it is possible that it is not, because I have been seeing a lot of aftermarket ones, but I don't recall seeing them 8 years ago. So it's just kind of fun to take something like this when it's fully assembled, disassemble it, and see how it works and what's inside. And I don't think that they sell just the motor, but I bet if they did, it would be a lot cheaper than $700, you guys. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna shoot them an email, and I'm also gonna tag them in this video. So if you have any questions about your Dometic awning, or your Dometic electric awning, or any awning you own, comment below. And if you're in the Clark County, Washington area, give me a call, because I work on awnings. I repair them, install them, whatever you need done. We'll get you taken care of, you guys. So that being said, I want to thank each and every one of our subscribers. I want to thank you for watching our videos, and just thanks for being here. It's great to share my opinions with other people and hear feedback about them. Until next time, safe travels.